Almost. My favorite thing is dead time. I'm trying to add dead time. Doing pretty good, I think, with the added dead time. Okay, there it is. Plugged in. Now I can hear myself. Hi, guys. This is my channel, Mark Teaches Music. I am Mark Black. This is the improv workshop, and then in 30 minutes or so, we'll do the Q&A. That is not loud enough. And here it comes. There's the volume. Pump up the volume. Pump up the volume. Turn down the reverb. Turn down the reverb. Pump up the volume. Smack something to make no noise. Okay, I've made noise. I've smacked things. So how you guys doing? That sounds too loud to me. Check, check, checkity, check, check. In your face. Oh, I can turn that down. Yeah, turn it down. Okay, cool. All right, how are you guys doing? So, as I was saying a second ago, this here my channel, and first thing we're going to do is we're going to ad lib, of course. And today we're just like, and if you saw the little thing, the description about this video today, is we're going to be kind of aggressive today. It won't be hard, but it will be aggressive in that we got like a funk tune, and we got a heavy metal, or not heavy metal, maybe just hard rock kind of sound. And today is the 7th day of February 2023, and I want you to have fun and be awesome. And so listen, we're experimenting, all of us here being me, experimenting with the idea of trying to, at least for now, combining the Q&A with the improv. Is kind of hard to know which is the best and what helps the most. Seems kind of go back and forth as to how many people are listening to each one, who's listening to more. So anyway, if you have opinions about those things, just keep them to yourself. No, if you have opinions, put them in the comments, or email me, or say something right now about what you like the best or anything. And so for information about lessons, go to www.dallasmusiclessons.com, and there's descriptions of lessons as well as ways to contact me about lessons. And so we're trying to get better at improvising, and that does include some instruction, some ideas about things. And so we're going to have to learn some stuff. And but I know, honestly, if you're a famous person, by which I mean you're not trying to prove anything, and people are like, oh, he's so awesome, then you could play, in terms of ad-libbing, making up stuff so slow and so thoughtfully, and people just love it. Not that I'm not saying that's the only way to play or anything, or it's not cool to play fast. I'm just saying that there's a low entry point. People think of it like, I have people all the time, and I'm gonna say, you're just trying to understand what they want in lessons, and they're like, do you want to improvise? And they're like, well, I could never do that. Like that's some sort of alien thing. And just by the way, improvisation, I'm not trying to push it. It's a wonderful thing, but it was normal for classical musicians. Just trying to see where to put my mic and raise it up a little bit. You raise my mic. Classical musicians improvised all the way up. That was a normal part of their life. Bach and Brahms and Liszt, but not Liszt is a bad example because he was a show-off, but everybody improvised. So I'm just comment. So don't just sit there and watch. When it's your turn, what's going to happen is I'm going to play and you're going to play, and when it's your turn to improvise, jump in. And when I'm playing, don't play, but it's only because you're thinking about what you'd like to do. You're listening, absorbing, and not necessarily that what I'm doing is better than you, and I'm certain I'll make some mistakes. But the idea is that you get to think and get to react to the sounds. Oh, that was cool. Let me try to do something like that. And if you don't know what to do, seriously, you would listen. That's one of the reasons you play with another person back and forth. It's because you go, oh, that was cool. Let me try to do that, or let me try to do my own take on that. So anyway, so I'm just telling you, I want you to jump in when it's your turn to listen, when it's not your turn, and be thinking about what you'd like to do. And not the big deal is that, no. So don't be put off by styles. You know, there's different styles. Like I have these instruments today that I'm using today, the electric guitar and the sax, the alto sax, is because of the sounds that I'm playing. I didn't think the flute would work in metal, you know. I had this, you know, I'm trying to go through this list of things, of different instruments and stuff, but it's a little hard when some of the styles. So you may have an instrument that doesn't just, you know, automatically blend with or reasonably blend with what another kind of instrument is doing, and that is totally fine. You know, I mean, what totally fine is in that's a normal issue. How do I make my trombone sound funky? Actually, really easy to make a trombone sound funky, but you know, so different instruments will have trouble in different styles, and that's normal. So let's see. So when we want we're gonna listen to the first song, and the first song is we'll do the first song. Well, we'll just do we'll do the first song with the alto sax. What's the name of it? Funky No More. And it is I think I'm so funny. You think you're so funny. Yes. Yeah, I do think I'm pretty funny. So let's see. Yeah, that looked like it. So just pop over here and let you see it. You should have this chart. And before I play it, here's the chart. Look at me, I'm over there. So we really don't need that. Okay, so so that chart. Now looking at that chart, I'm just saying, and you have a chart, you have a sheet that's got these scales that you need for this, which is basically, this is for a C instrument. This is in G minor. Now it's in G Dorian minor, and the reason I would know that is because the 4 chord G, let me have my hand and see it, G, A, B, C, 4 letters, G, A, B, C, the 4 chord is a major chord. It's a minor 1, G minor, but then it's a major 4, so that's Dorian minor. That's also all Santana's, oh yeah, come on, you got to change your evil ways. All those songs are Dorian minor with a major 4 and a minor 1. So anyway, I look at that and I say, hey, dude, that's Dorian minor. That means I can play the major scale a whole step lower. This is on your sheet. That means in G minor, I can play the F major scale. Now, the most important notes in that are not F or FAC or F and C, but the most important notes in that scale are G, because it's a G minor scale. It's G, B flat, and D. Yeah, but it does give me the correct pitches. Now I know what to play, you know, so I won't sound stupid and be more embarrassed than usual. And then it has on line 3, it's got this E flat, which takes an E flat note, duh. So that just means we're kind of stepping outside of our F scale. All we're doing though is adding the note a B flat, and the note E flat to our F scale. It's already got a B flat, so we're adding an E flat. And then now on the D chord, we need an F sharp. Do we have to play the whole scale? No. What I'm saying is when I'm just telling you the notes that need to change. So it's the notes from the B flat or G minor, same thing. And then when we get to the, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that, notes from the F scale or the G Dorian scale, same notes. And then when we get to the E flat, we would just change our E to an E flat. When we get to the D, we need to change our F to F sharp. And you'll hear it, and look, on all of these, in most songs, there's a note that sounds wrong. All the others, only 7 notes in the scale. I put this in my picture. So if one note sounds wrong, it's usually the other 6 sound fine. So the one note's wrong, go to one of the other 6. Okay, so here we go. So let's take a listen to this. And I'm going to have to move this. I am going to move this out of the way. Poop. Yeah, there we go. And go to straight me. Okay. And so let's listen to this, and you should have this chart. You should print out all these things. It's easier to work with if you've got something to look at and something to write on. You know, you can actually look at the thing that we're looking at. I mean, it's not something you're hunting around for. Man, my whole world is covered up with these things. And there's the one I want. Funky No More for E flat. Okay, so let's listen to it. In the G minor. Go ahead on. There's the C7. There's the E flat. There's the D. You're right, that's funky. Okay, so this is funky. We are being funky. The C. You notice, I know what the changes are. You should too. And the D. Your turn. Go. Here's the C. Back to G minor. Flat. All right, my turn. Your turn. And go. There's the C. And back to G. Pop, pop, pop. E flat. Okay, now it's my turn. It's my turn. So I want to tell you, when a song is fast, you feel like you have to play fast. And of course, it sounds natural to play fast. We all feel like we have to play fast no matter what the song is. It's the pressure of looking like a fool. And I made several mistakes. I'm embarrassed as I can be about them. Just now, things I wanted to come out didn't come out. But right now, talking about this particular embarrassment, saying that we hear this fast song. And I want you to think, I'm trying to get this idea in everybody's head that this is the idea, is that I'm thinking daga 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 daga. That's kind of what I'm feeling from this. It's like one daga daga. Here's the beat, and there were two notes. As the normal background sound that we would be doing. The speed. And so that means to go faster, instead of daga daga, this is what's my norm. Daga daga to go. I'm going to raise the speed. I have to go. I'll just say triple it. That's my faster, and my normal and my slow is da 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 da. So I've got norm, fast, norm, and slow at that speed. Normal da 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 da, fast and slow da 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 da. And normal da. So, okay, let's say you can't play that fast. So what you do is you drop it down. You say my normal thing I'm playing is going to be ta 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 ta. And then my fast is going to be tucka 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 tucka. And my slow is going to be ta 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 ta. I want to do that now. I want to bring the speed of the whole thing down. And I'm just making this up, of course. So I'm assuming it's going to be a good solo. I certainly hope so. So I'm trying to take my volume, my speed down like a click on a machine. Click from eighth notes to quarter notes. That's going to be the normal thing. And then I will adjust faster and slower from that. So let's try that. See what I got. I think here's my. No. Yeah. Oh well. Alright, here we go. Here we go. I got it. One. My normal. Say that if I play always like that at that slower speed, at some point somebody's going to say, just like somebody's listening to me and saying, well, how come he's not, I mean, I agree, why is he not doing 16th notes and 16th note triplets and 32nd notes? Well, it's hard for me. But anyway, point is, it's just so if I keep playing slowly, it's going to seem like it's going to be noticeable at some point. Right now, and while you're learning, it's like, okay, this is just exactly what you did. And again, if we were famous, if I was a famous person, everybody would say he's so cool. He's centered. He's based. He's in the pocket. Oh my gosh, he just does these 3,000 things great. Because hopefully it would sound really good. So now, once your turn, once you get all the way through, once you try to play his da 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 dee da dee doo doo, like that speed, not faster. And you can go a little faster, twice as fast, or you can go slower. But your basic sound is this: da 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 da. The notes of the, if you're a C instrument, the notes of the B of the F scale, or the notes of the G, the B scale. I mean the F scale. I had to do this. It's this F scale. But starting on the G. Or G pentatonic, or blues. All right, here we go. Your turn. Goes a ba ba. Ready, go. Here it comes. Just turn it around. Come to the top. 1, 2, ready. Your turn. My turn. All right. Okay. Your turn. Okay, let's try the up 3, down 2. Yeah. Okay, I want you to take 1 second. I'm going to play the notes of the F scale, D scale for this E flat alto. What's it? D scale, yeah. So F scale. G scale for the B flat instrument. So I just want you to hear, just a regular straight scale, right? I just want to hear the ear. Just want to hear it nice and slow. I'm not going to go fast. Just want you to hear me. Anybody can do this. just did, all I did was go. That's all I did. You can do that on any instrument. And you can sing and do it. Okay, now we're going to do the next song. I'm going to switch to the guitar on this song. This is going to be our rock song with the incredibly cool name. Let's see what the incredibly cool name is. At the minute, I've forgotten it. I'm sure it'll be awesome when we get to it, if I find it during my lifetime. Oh yes, it's called Heavy. It's called Heavy Slag Man, which is, you know, totally logical. Fits the song real well. Okay, so this song, you have a chart for this. You've got, this song is in, it's kind of interesting song. It's just a typical hard rock, heavy rock. It doesn't quite achieve metal, I don't think. But, but, you know, the point is I do want you guys to not, you know, listen, you know, I lean towards jazz and Steely Dan and you know, have a degree in the oboe, right? So that's very classical, of course, and everyone loves the fact that I'm classically trained. So, anyway, but that's not how I was born, man. I was born doing country music and rock music. So, so here at Mark Teaches Music, we're going to do both kinds of music, which in this case is classical and everything else. So right now we're doing rock. Okay, well, I hear that. All right, so let's listen to this song. And it's in E minor now. It's in E natural minor. Let's just see. I believe you have charts for that. Just want to look at them real quick. You have E natural minor, and then you have C major. Now I want to hear, so the first part of the song is in E natural minor, and then it goes over. It's actually E Phrygian, and right there you see, if you're looking at the chart, I'll have to bring this chart up because you guys, did you bring your chart? Did you? Huh? Did you? I don't know. It'd be really great if you had. Let's see. Let's make this the correct picture. Heavy Slag Man. Okay, so now this says Heavy Slag Man, and when we get to the F chord, which I'm bringing this up right now, when we get to the F chord, the second line, it would go to the C major scale, right, for a C instrument. And you are not to, you may not, if it helps you, if it helps you to be like, okay, dude, C scale, and you're going to play well because you just say it's the C scale. That's what you should do. Think of it as a C scale. If you want to, if it is in reality the E minor Phrygian, but you'd have to know what that is. It's just the notes of the C scale starting and focusing on E. So E natural minor, which is the notes of the G scale, focusing on E, and then at the F, 2 lines of F, so you go to C. So F and C for C instruments, and that's the song. It does have one other chord right there in the bottom, next to the last chord. The D's become D sharps as it goes to, we'll just say, E harmonic minor. So this is not hard. All right, so here we're going to listen to this. We want to check our flow. We want to check our flow. That doesn't sound loud enough. And here's the E minor. Second line. Sounds flat. Here's the F part. F, C. C major scale. Stay on the C scale. Fine. Okay, here I go. Rockland. C. C again. We're officially rocking. However, I wanted y'all to have the view of, I wanted you to have the view where you can see the guitar in all of its amazing glory. I know you guys are just screaming. I have the camera, which has decided to not function. So let's get that camera going. Help me, mighty camera. There we go. That looks better. Okay. Let's do that a little bit different. There we go. Okay, so here we go. We're going to start over again. And rock and roll is here to stay. Right here to stay today. And let's change the views. And there's a view. All right, so I'm going to start. And let's try doing four measures a piece. Be kind of quick. I want you to jump in. So you're going to have the second line in E minor. And so I'm starting though. I'm starting. And I go. Your turn. Here comes the C scale, like in band. C scale. Your turn. Sorry, I didn't do that quite right. Keep going. This is better. C scale, I'll take it. And the C scale. Your turn, E minor. Do your head like this. Keep going. Now you take the C part. 8 measures. C now. Bass player went crazy. Still a C. C. Still C. Alright, it's my turn. E minor. C. Keep going now. Go back to E minor now. Boom. Now I'll take the C stuff now. Now I'll play really slow. I want you to use it. So when you hear it, it is. Now I'm going to go ahead and take this minor. I want to play the E minor scale for you to hear that. Okay. All right. Well, that's it for our ad lib. We're not done at all because it's time for question and answers. Now, you guys need to pile so many questions in there that, breaks YouTube. YouTube no longer functions. However, there's one question already, and I have a book here. The only reason I have a book is because there's so many. The answers to this question has so many answers. I want to not leave anything out. So, so I'm gonna give you guys a chance here if you got any questions, and I'm just already have a question, and so I'm gonna go to this question. And so the question is, okay, you're always talking about woodwinds and brass and etc. Other kinds of instruments. What do those things mean, and how many kinds of instruments are there? There are many, many kinds of instruments. And let's get rid of this view, which is just totally the wrong view. And this is also the wrong view that I see this other view. Let's get the correct view for this. Okay. So now listen, you guys need to ask all your questions. My gosh, if I was taking lessons, I would ask so many questions. Just like a crazy person, like trying to get an extra free lesson, right? Because that's the idea. That's what I'd be doing. So anyway, there's so many kinds of instruments. And I'm just going, this is a great book. Oh, True Catalyst says, what are instances that require, that is a great question. That's a really good question. Okay, sorry, I'm going to skip to this question right here. What instances require the use of a guitar capo? Okay, now I don't want to be, I'm not being nitpicky about this. It's going to sound really nitpicky, but I'm not. The overview, for the purposes, and I'm going to show, I have guitars all around me. They surround me like a rose or something. But so there's three uses of the capo. One is, and the most common use is, you are not a good musician and you don't know how to play in other keys. Okay, that is the most common use. You don't know what you're doing, so you only know how to play in D and G, so you move everything around by the capos, and I'm going to explain that. Now, the good use, the second use, which is a good use, is almost exactly the same. You are an inexperienced guitarist, and you don't know how to play in a lot of keys, and you're trying to get better, but now this song is in E flat, and you don't know how to play in E flat. So you can take your D chords, and you can move them to the key of E flat with a capo. And the third reason is you, on the guitar, especially the acoustic guitar, I think they'd probably take you out and shoot you if you did that with a classical guitar. It doesn't quite sound the same with the electric, only because the electric is amplified and you can do all kind of cool sounds with it. So the guitar is sort of a middle. You got the classical guitar purist, you got the electric guitar, who knows what's going to come out of that. And then in the middle, we got this acoustic guitar, which is sort of like, it's a little bit earthy. This is a real sound, I'm a real guy. And so we would put capo on there. So certain things we could do on the guitar in certain keys, keys that use open chords, and that would create, using those open chords, would create this certain great sound. And gosh, this song is too low, this song's too high. So I'm going to use a capo to take the same hand motions that sound really cool, and I'm going to move them up. So it's not that I couldn't play in E flat or A flat or D flat. It's that I could, but I couldn't do these cool riffs. So that's the three reasons. I don't know what I'm doing, and I don't care, and I don't want to learn anything else ever. I don't know what I'm doing, and man, I'm trying to learn, but I'm not there yet. And the third one is, boy, this sounds really cool, but it's in the wrong key. Okay, and I'm going to demonstrate those because I have guitars all around me. They surround me. I'm going to get a good acoustic. I have all these electrics. They're going to fall on me. Well, I 20. I have like 100 capos, but I know that my youngest son has been in here and stolen capos. So, it's going to go badly for him. Oh, hold on. It's not a capo. There's an acoustic guitar right here. So in case I injected that incorrectly, in a poor way, so you can use capo on any guitar, and many people would use it all the time on an electric guitar. It's just that it I guess sort of has its forte in the acoustic guitar, where we can kind of hear all the cool stuff. Okay, so here you can see me. Yeah, you can see me. Hey, man. And this is not a capo I would choose to use. I hope it works well. That's a very expensive. It's like $150 capo. It's like the mother of all capos. But it buzzes a little bit. But anyway, so the point is, then here's how it works. Basically, let's say I know a D chord. Let's see, is that coming through? That doesn't sound that amazing. I'm not happy with that. Okay. I'll have to do. Okay, anyway, so here we go. I play a D chord. Now, if I put a capo on the first fret, I've added a half step to that. So it's no longer a D, it's a D sharp. And more commonly, that would be called probably an E flat as a key. Oh, give me that one. Give me that one. I'd rather have that one. Easier to move about. Okay, so anyway, same thing. So now I'm playing. So I'm playing a D chord, playing a G chord, or D, and an A chord. But let's say I need to play an E flat, and I don't know how to play an E flat. These bar chords are hard. You know, so I say, well, I know how to play in D. An E flat is a D plus 1 fret, 1/2 step. So I'm going to put my capo on the first fret, and now I'm playing in E flat with my D chord. And on and on and on. If I move it up 2 frets, it's D plus 2 frets, or D plus 2/2 steps. Now it is not D anymore, but it's an E. Now I would probably want to play an E. All right. So and this is here's what I played: a D with 2 frets higher, a G 2 frets higher, and an A 2 frets higher, which in fact is an E, an A, and a B. Here it is without the capo. Okay, so that's encapsulating the first 2 ways. I don't know how to play a D flat, but I do know how to play a C chord, or in C. C, F, G. So I go, C, C, D flat is C sharp. So if I play in C, but I put a capo on the first fret, then I'm playing in C sharp. Except I may cry because of how out of tune that was. Capos have the hardest time working right here at the top by the nut. They have to push really hard. So okay, so that description encompasses both of the two of the 3 ways, which was I don't know what I'm doing. I said one was I am a slacker and a bad musician, and I don't want to learn how to play in other keys. Now look, I understand. I'm thinking of a particular kind of music I'm seriously not going to name that does that. That's how they do it 100% constantly. And it's not country is what I want to say. I'm not going to say country. I love country, and they don't do that. Some of the guys are just freaking kill you. They're so good. But anyway, if you want to understand music and play, not push the boundaries, but just be able to exist and be very versatile, just versatile, then you need to know how to play in other keys. But you're learning, 1-2 years of working, and you don't know how to play all these keys. Or maybe you can play the chords, but they don't sound good. Well, my song sounds crappy. So you put this capo on, or a capo on, and it would let you play in harder keys. I'm playing this song, I only know in the key of D, or let's say the key of G, and it's too low. I don't sound very good. So I'm going to play it, and I move my capo here. Now, when it comes out, I'm going to play my G chord, but what comes out is an A. So now I've raised it. That's fine. And so that's totally fine. You're learning and you're saying, hey, I'm going to get around to that. A bad use is good. I can play an A without learning an E chord. So that is lame, man. That's non-musical. Now the third thing I said is about all kind of super cool things that you can do. And then, by the way, you're hearing it as I'm going up the neck and I'm putting on this capo. You can hear that what I'm getting is a brighter, sharper sound. Is it a better sound? It's a different sound. But so a lot of people are going to play a song in this key. There's just, they don't care about that this is a G, except now it's raised up 3/2 steps, so it's a G sharp / B flat. They don't care about that. They're just like, it's so bright. So that's a reason. And then with that, here, I'm going to turn this down a bit, is these kinds of things. So that sound, not that sound, but particular in my mind, where I learned all that stuff from James Taylor, that kind of, see, there's an open string here, open string. So we get this open and an open string and a closed string. So I'm saying a lot of these things I might want to do would only sound good with open strings. And this particular thing I just did would probably only, it doesn't matter. Could I do it in E flat without a capo? Could I do it in the key of A without a capo? Yes. But it would sound, it'd be really hard, but it also just would not sound good, because what sounds as good, because what sounds so good is like this. That open string, but let's just see if I'll try to do that. So I can't quite remember what I did. I think I did this. Now that is pretty close to what I did. But the problem is that if I worked on it, that is, if I had not committed, I could make that sound good, but it would not sound as clear. Okay, so, well, that has taken all our Q and A time. Well, there's one more question. What is it? Oh, okay. Two musicians are sitting in a car. Who is driving? Two musicians are sitting in a car. Who's driving? The policeman. The policeman is driving. Okay, so remember that. If you see two musicians sitting in a car, the policeman is driving. Okay, so all right. So we talked about a capo. Great question. If there's any more questions, you better throw them in there right now, because I'm going to stop in just like a second. So, all right. So this is Mark Teaches Music. This was our Q&A to play and sing. And again, like, man, if it was me, I'm not talking about you're my student. If it was me and I was like, man, I'd ask every question that ever occurred to me in my life. And it doesn't mean I'd get it right or even knew how to answer, but I'd be like, that guy's a fool. He don't know nothing. Or I'd be like, oh, that was so insightful. Or I'd be like, that's another opinion. If I was a student, if you're one of my students, what you should do is you should save up, you should ask your questions in your lessons, but then anything you think of, you should bring in there and ask just totally unconnected questions. So if you're interested in lessons, go to www.dallasmusiclessons.com. If you did get your question in, send me an email at markteachesmusic. No, don't think me. Mark at Dallas Music Lessons. That's the email. Mark at Dallas Music Lessons. So I love answering questions and I love helping people. I have a big heart, man. See that? Look, that's my heart. So, but anyway, so this is the our live stream, and started with Improv Workshop, ended here with questions. If you have anything, just send me an email. We're having this every Tuesday at 7:45. I appreciate you very much, and until I see you again, I want you to have fun and